Calling all thugs, grunts, leaders, and admins. Hello, this is Admin Shade here with Rocket HQ. As some of you may know, we had our very first stream just the other day, and we had so many people come out and give us a lot of love and support and just said that they really liked what we were doing. So this is a shout out back to all those people who were at home, wherever you were, all the people in the chat. Thank you so much for staying tuned into our stream, and thank you for supporting us on YouTube. We've been having a fantastic time making content and also sharing content that other people have made. So again, thank you. This is some of that content I was just talking about. This is a multi-battle free-for-all that we decided to do in the stream. I'm joined by 3 other people: Alco, aka Muncher88, Hades, aka Shikangor, and Armand. Armand, I'm so sorry, I don't know what your Twitch name is, so please give yourself a shout out below in the comments, and I'll be sure to triple shout you out in our next video. If you don't know what a free-for-all battle is, essentially it's the same thing as a multi-battle. The only catch is you are fighting everyone. It is every person for themselves, and you bring 3 Pokemon, obviously. So I have my Dusclops, my Mega Mawile, which got a lot of popularity in the stream, and also Melodic. So let's just jump it right into the battle, and I'll start doing commentary. Free-for-all battles were actually popularized mostly by Shofu and people like Duncan Knee Deep. Please check out their channels. They're very great Poketubers. They've been doing it for a long time. Okay, so on the other side of the field, there's a Mammothine, and this Starmie. And I actually sent out my Dusclops. Dusclops has the Eviolite, so it's a major defensive threat. So I'm not really afraid of anything that's out here on the field right now. And then Alco sends out this Ambipom. Now this Ambipom is actually somewhat of a threat to this Starmie. It goes right for a Fake Out, I think immediately, and does a ton of damage. This Life Orb Technician is just unreal. I run it on one of my Mono Normal teams. You can check that out under Mono Team Madness. It's on our YouTube channel, so please check that out. I go ahead and take its Technician away from it with my Skill Swap, because I'm not trying to deal with that later on, just in case it has Beat Up or some kind of Dark type attack that can be a threat to me. This Starmie goes for a Surf, and it does a decent amount of damage to this Ambipom. Not so much myself and the Duck, because we are very defensive Pokemon. We're both Eviolite users. The Ambipom then goes for a U-turn just to take out the Starmie, which is a pretty good play, and goes back to Alco. So that was a really good first turn, I feel like. We all made really cool moves, and we're off to a really sweet multi-battle free-for-all. Then Alco sends out this Togekiss, which is a decent threat, and the Duck goes ahead and goes for a Discharge. Now this is really different. I'm not used to seeing this. This Togekiss, that's not leftovers you're looking at. Yes, that is a weakness policy. I'm not used to seeing that at all. I thought that was really interesting. But I go for the Curse on this this Duck. I don't want this Duck being here later on and just sitting around being a threat, because I know a whole lot about Porygon and how much of a defensive threat it can be, how much it can stall. Again, I have a video on that. It's on our YouTube channel. I have my own Porygon set, so please check that out if you get the chance. But the Togekiss goes for a Thunder Wave and takes care of this Aegislash immediately. And here you can see a little bit of what I'm talking about. The Duck goes for a Recover and gets all of its health back. So again, it's in the back of my mind. I'm trying to think how I'm going to deal with it. Because most of the time in free-for-all battles, what I've been noticing is that people just go for the first obvious threat and take it out. But it's really the stuff that can stall that is the biggest threat. So keep that in mind if you decide to make your own free-for-all team. So again, you can see that my Curse is affecting this Duck slowly but surely, and the only way to get rid of it is to sub out. So actually Conch Elder comes out in the Duck's place, so that was a pretty good play on their part. The Aegislash goes for a stance change here, but actually gets Parahaxed, which is unfortunate. And then I believe the Togekiss goes for an Air Slash and hits Conch Elder. And I actually didn't go for the right play here because I didn't think that the I thought that the Porygon might stay in, so I went for the Nightshade on it, on the Togekiss instead of that. So I could have doubled up and killed this Conch Elder, but I just didn't know. The Aegislash goes ahead and goes for a King Shield because it doesn't want to take a knockoff, most likely, from this Conch Elder. But the Togekiss actually goes for a Dazzling Gleam and takes it out, so that was pretty nice. So again, we're all doing pretty good as far as switching and prediction goes. I go for another Nightshade on this Togekiss because I'm just trying to get it out of here because I'm not trying to have it Parahax me just like this Aegislash over here. So Armand sends out this Yam, aka Mammothine, and it goes ahead and uses an Ice Shard to take out the Togekiss, which was a good play, very nice play. Like I said before, the Pokemon that are somewhat of the most threats are the people that can just sit there and stall and just kind of chill in the background. My Dusclops is doing that right now, but this Aegislash quickly corrects that, as you can see here in just a second, I believe. And I've just been chilling. Like, I'm on my first Pokemon still, which is interesting. The Aegislash goes for a King Shield because it doesn't want an Earthquake or anything like that affecting it. But actually the Ambipom goes ahead and fakes out the Mamoswine, which would obviously do the Earthquake as far as I'm aware. It's the only thing that can hit all of us. And I just double up and go for a Nightshade on it because I just want to get that threat out of the way. I don't really want to take Earthquakes, and the Mawile on my team definitely doesn't want to take Earthquakes. So, yeah, that was a really good play, I feel like, on everyone's part. The Aegislash goes for a Shadow Sneak. After that Sword Stance, as I said, it just wrecks me here. It does a whole lot of damage. I am specially invested defensively, but it just does a ton of damage. And then the Ambipom here actually goes for a double hit and just takes out this Mamoswine. So that was a pretty good play on their part as well. So chilling in here, a lot of us have lost a lot of pokes, and so we're all kind of like dwindling down here. But it's been a really interesting battle, been really fun. I like everything that's been happening in this battle. Pinsir actually comes out. I believe it's Mega Pinsir. Then the Duck comes out yet again, and I actually end up sending out my Melodic because I'm not really ready to deal with Aegislash with my Mawile. So I actually go ahead and just go for an Ice Beam with my Melodic, I believe, after this thing turns Mega, because, like I said, the threats are the things that get dealt with first most of the time in these free-for-all battles. So the Aegislash goes ahead and goes for a King Shield, maybe predicting an Earthquake or something like that, I'm not sure. But the Pinsir actually goes for a Swords Dance, which is pretty terrifying, if you ask me. You can check out some of our Pinsir videos. Umbra actually has one on our channel. But I go for an Ice Beam and just hit it real quick, and then the Duck uses Discharge and just gets it completely out of the way. So the main threat is taken care of, and the stuff that can stall is obviously left in. So all the walls are just kind of chilling right now. So far, everyone's been playing really well. I've never done a free-for-all battle before, so this is really interesting to see how everyone reacts to different threats and how we all behave, because it's completely different than a normal battle. The Aegislash again goes here for a Shadow Sneak after the Sword Stance, and I use Haze right here to just get rid of its stat changes because I'm tired of this thing bullying everyone around. Then the Porygon actually goes for a Discharge and does a lot of damage to my Melodic, obviously, and that is a dead Melodic. So again, these two stall-like Pokemon are just able to stay in here for a long time versus normal, like, physical or special threats. I send in my Mawile because it's the only poke I have left, and the only poke on this side of the field left, actually. And I get off the Intimidate, which is nice on the Aegislash. And then I Mega, and I actually, I'm trying to do something because I don't think I can live much longer, especially if most of the attacks are coming my way, because not every attack obviously can go on your same side of the field. So the Duck goes for a Discharge, and I take a decent amount of damage, and then I actually go for a Substitute, which lowers my health even further. But I just really wanted to get something out there so that way I don't have to worry about any kind of hacks or anything like that. Like I said, I'm not really sure what else the Duck is carrying. I try to go for a Sucker Punch on Aegislash because I wasn't sure if it would go for a Sacred Sword or Shadow Sneak or anything like that. But the Aegislash actually sets up again and uses Swords Dance. So that's actually a very uncomfortable position for me. I'm not happy about that whatsoever. I believe this next play, after the Duck uses this Discharge, it makes my Sub Fade, and then I immediately go for a Play Rough because I'm not sure what the Aegislash is trying to do. So I go ahead and just go for a Play Rough on the Duck, and it does a decent amount of damage. Doesn't kill. I actually thought it would. I guess Porygon, I underestimated my Porygon. Like I said before, if you want to check out a really cool Porygon video, check out my YouTube video entitled UU versus OU. It's pretty cool. So the Aegislash go ahead and just takes me out. So that was a really cool game, very fun free-for-all. This was just an example of the kind of fun that we have on our stream, so if you haven't done so, please check out our stream. Most of the time, it'll be during weekdays, starting at 1 o'clock until 4:30, take a break during dinner, and then hopefully we'll be back at nighttime. So that's kind of our schedule as of now. Please check us out on Twitter so you can stay even more up to date with what we're doing, when we're going to stream, all that good stuff. Again, thank you Alco, Hades, and Armon. This is a fantastic battle. And thank all of you for staying tuned to our stream and staying tuned to our channel. You guys are the reason that we do this. We love our community and we want to give back. So again, thank you. This is Admin Shade signing off for Rocket HQ.